Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Ayleen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to chat, to chill, to take a moment, to take a breath, to take a break, because we're up to Think About It Thursday. So think about it. What are you thinking about? How is your life lining up? And I just want to say, sorry for starting a couple of minutes late because I had another Zoom call that I was taking and got some interesting stuff going on with that. So, how are you? How are you doing? What's up? How's your week gone so far? And we are just, just doing. We're, and often in cases, everybody is doing the best they can do with the tools they have in that moment. And if you are finding yourself in a situation where maybe the tools that you're using aren't exactly serving the purpose you want, they're not getting you the results you need, well, maybe it's time to talk about getting some new tools. Maybe it's time to, at the very least, think about getting new tools. Because Think About It Thursday means that, well, we're thinking about what it is that's going on, what it is we want to do, what it is that is driving us, compelling us, what it is that may be holding us back. And usually the first step in getting anything done is to think about it. And in fact, that should be the first thing we do, because when we think about things, that's when we set things into motion. And everything that has ever occurred started as a thought, whether it was just something tiny or whether it was something really massive and a major big deal. It all started as a thought. And we can either grow an excellent opportunity or squash it, flat by what we're thinking. And sometimes it's not even so much as what we're thinking is what somebody else is thinking. So figuring out how much weight do we give to what other people are thinking versus what we're thinking. And hold on. I just realized that I did not make a tweet. So we're going to do a quick tweet. And, yep. So, it's just kind of, as we look at what it is that we have opportunities to do, what it is that we have a way to, what we want to create in our lives. Because often that can be, really a deciding factor as to what we can bring in. Yes, I'm trying to do two things at once, and I can be moderately successful at both. No, we didn't want to do that. We want to do this. Copy that. And there we go. Okay, so we have tweeted. Yay. So I'm a little off this morning. It's because I had two back-to-back Zoom meetings, and then it's like, okay guys, I gotta go do something else. And sometimes we have to think about the commitments we make. Sometimes we have to think about how booked solid we are. In fact, I may move the Thursday stream back by like another half an hour, just so I can finish up what it is that I'm working on with another group. And but it's all good. It is all good because it's what we figure out. And once we figure out what we want to get done, and the more people that are involved in it, and it's important to remember that if we're working on getting something done, if we're thinking about something, somebody else might not be thinking the same thing, and that's okay. And it doesn't mean that what we're thinking is incorrect. It doesn't mean that what they're thinking is incorrect. It just means that there's two different perspectives. And so, Akamori! Yay, 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 yay! Welcome, 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 Akamori, who is just an absolute wonderful and darling human being and a rising star in the Twitchverse. And to I looked at the link you sent me. That was tremendously cool. So I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're having a good morning. And, you know, the main part of the week is coming to a nice little closing point for you. Beverage of the morning, lemon tea. And this is mostly in case I'm going to end up doing some Bean Boozled beans, because if I do end up doing Bean Boozled beans, lemon tea kind of helps to offset the either nastiness or tremendously nastiness of the flavors. How's my little sis doing today? Hope it's better than mine at the moment. Oh, Silver Architect! Oh, folks, you know, welcome to Silver Architect, who is just amazing, who is like, you know, he's not only nameless family, he's family in heart. But, well, it is going pretty good, but, oh, I'm sorry that yours isn't going well. Oh, sweetie, I hope that I hope that turns around pretty quick for you, because folks, click onto Silver Architect and definitely show some love, because this is an amazing person who is, you know, not only does an amazing stream and really with awesome commentary and just friendliness and you know, compassion, but it's also somebody who is there for so many other streamers and who is tremendously supportive, who I am so grateful, you know, every time I see that name show up in the chat. And I'm not doing so hot, but I'm trying. Oh goodness, wow, it's not it is not, well, as the saying goes, all is not well in the kingdom for right out of the gate. I'm sorry, both of you, but you know, we turn it around. We can do this. You know, the leftover from yesterday, we got this. You guys can do this. And whatever you're facing, may it pass quickly and gently and leave you with nothing but gifts that are left over from it. Knee collapsed on me. Oh no! Been really painful most of the day. Been told to double up on painkillers and ice packs. Oh man, I am so sorry. Knee issues are just brutal. And, you know, definitely ice is your friend. Hopefully, are they, I mean, you know, I would guess that they're planning to do like some MRI stuff and take a look at it. And hopefully it is just something that can be resolved easily. I mean, I don't know if there's any type of pre-surgical, you know, situation that's going on, that you've had surgery before on it, or old injuries, but oh my gosh, I am so sorry, you know, and because there are nerves that run right through that, any knee issue is like tremendously uncomfortable. So I've been feeling really sad and lonely. Oh, I'm sorry. And nothing's really working to fix myself. I'm going down the list of things that usually help. You know what? It's good that you have a list. I'm really glad that you have a list of things that you look at. And, you know, if there's something in particular that happened that kind of started it, or sometimes it's just a feeling that sort of happens and it's just there. And there's nothing specific that began it or triggered it, but, you know, hang in there, you know, stick with what you know, and please know that you are here, and you know, we're going to make it. I will eat a fistful of Bean Boozled beans if it makes you crack a smile. So we'll hang out and see what we can do for you. Got a message from the company that does my physio. They have ceased the collab with my doctor's surgery, so need to referral to who knows how long it's going to take. Oh God, I hate when that happens, when it's like, oh no, we've got this system in place. Oh no, we're going to change it up because we've decided we're not going to have a cooperative relationship with this group anymore. It's like, I mean, you know, there's nothing worse than jumping through hoops when you've got a bad knee. You know, hopefully that will not take anywhere near as long. Hopefully they can get the referral through quickly, because, you know, I mean, you need that toot sweet. That needs to happen now. So hopefully they'll be able to get that, and, but in the meantime, rest, ice, compression, elevation, and, just taking it easy on it. Sometimes muscle stim will be helpful with that, but you can check with your doctor or your physio and see if they recommend muscle stim, because often, like at a low intensity, kind of getting a low intensity vibration going through that, it can really help to relieve discomfort and relieve pain. So talk to your physio about that, and if they can hook you up with a muscle stim unit, or they call it a TENS, transcutaneous electronic nerve stimulation. So like a TENS unit, I think that would probably be able to help out quite a bit. Well, had some good news as well. Ooh, been invited to do an online assessor level course. So I become a tutor to adults. Yay! Oh my God, you'd be so good at that. That would be awesome. Oh man, hey, that is nice. That is nice. That is so cool. Teaching computing. Hey, there are many of us who believe that elves make it work, so we need you. We need you desperately. And Akamori, if you wanna talk a little bit about what's going on, I mean, or if you want to talk offline, but this is your space. I don't know, just woke up, home alone, overcast outside, tried to FaceTime my only friend, but she's not available. Not mad, no worries. Then I just started to feel horrible. Almost left the house just to say hi to my neighbor. I barely know them. And I just feel so desperate for some type of IRL interaction. Now that means in real life, right? Oh, sweetie, that is, if I wish this could be like two-way, but if this is like your interaction, then we're here for you. And whatever it is that's going on with you, we want to be there for you. And and it's like Silver Architect knows a lot about dealing with discomfort and a lot of things. And and Akamori, I know you have some physical stuff that goes on too, but Silver Architect has always been awesome about being able to be there compassionately for people who are going through a really hard time, because it's not new. And so this is we're here for you. We're here for you. And to kind of take a look at and yes, often there's not anything specific that starts it. And you're saying that it's overcast outside. If it's been overcast for a while, it could be like, have you ever been evaluated for seasonal affective disorder, which is when you literally, if you don't get enough sunlight, then there can be an issue. But, it is, I'm sorry that it's not okay right now. And it's going to be again. And we're here for you. And, we will hear you. And so you can share whatever you like. My brother's just telling me to change my mindset, which is good advice, but it's not as easy as saying, I don't want to be sad anymore. Absolutely. Ding, ding, ding. 100%. I mean, it's like, yeah, in a perfect world, we go, oh, okay, I just don't feel like feeling this way. But I mean, that would be like telling Silver Architect it's like, okay, just tell yourself that your knee doesn't hurt. It's not that easy, because humans are very complex creatures, and why we feel what we feel is very complex. And to know that whatever place you're in, it will move through, and yet in that moment it sucks. And when I'm sad, those flashbacks come back, or thoughts about them. Oh, sweetie, I know, I'm so sorry. Yeah, and you can't just be more positive, or turn that frown upside down, or whatever foolishness. You're in a very hard place, and I'm sorry. And know that even though we may not be able to change that place, we can sit with you in it, because whatever you're going through, you're not alone. And we're here for you. And anybody watching this video later on is here for you, because they're gonna hear your words and they're gonna say, wow, I get it. And and that's because and exactly like you're saying, that when the mind starts going into that place, then the stuff that supports that mindset is going to come out. And Sheila Marcel, hey, oh my goodness, you came in at the perfect moment, Sheila. Sheila Marcel, who is an awesome, if you ever wanted to know anything about the beautiful art form that is diamond painting, you want to follow Sheila. And also Sheila does deal with a lot of challenges in just being in this world, and walking in this world gently, and and Sheila Akamori is having kind of a hard time this morning. And so we definitely, because Silver Architect is having, we've got body, mind, and spirit stuff going on here. And so it is so good to have people come in and to be able to help, who can kind of understand. And nobody will ever exactly understand what you're going through, which is why telling people things like, well, what you need to do is, because you can't tell what that person needs to do. I believe that everybody has their answer inside of them. They just need the right questions to reach it, and being able to express it, to be able to safely say, well, this is what's going on with me, without people trying to immediately try to fix you, because where you're at is a very important and sacred space. When we're sad, when we're afraid, there's a certain sacredness about that, because it's when we're really getting in touch with our humanity. And we're here to support you. It's weird, because when the thoughts about the things that happen come back, it's like they're new. Absolutely. Just like they happened, or like I'm just realizing how major they are. My biggest suggestion is to have a close knit of friends that can be there for you, someone to chat and talk. Most of mine are here on Twitch or Discord, because I spend most time here or there, so always have a friend to chat to. Exactly. And Akamori, that is exactly how it happens. When we relive those moments, we literally relive it as if it's in that moment. It's kind of like we time travel. And when we time travel to one of those hard times, it is like it's happening right then. And the good part is that means that as you're feeling it in that moment, we're here for you. Where maybe originally, when you were going through that, you were alone. But as you relive it in this moment, you're not alone. We're here. And we're here for you. And, and Silver Architect, making some, just awesome suggestions, because, virtual is better than none at all. And please know, that all the things that you went through, and and the stuff you shared with me, and it just touched my heart so much, that we can be in this space together, that eventually we can change our thoughts or how we relate to our thoughts, but that's a process. It's not a momentary decision. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And it's sort of like you're going through a grieving process. And, most people talk about the 5 stages of grief, and we mentioned those yesterday. Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Now, you don't just go through those once, because you go through each layer, and as and as you're saying that, you kind of go back to those moments and relive them. You're reliving them at another level. You're reliving them at another level of experience and another level of wisdom. And so each time that you peel back one of those layers and you go to a deeper layer of what it is that your experience was, then you go back through those. Now, each time we go through, it's a little bit smoother. The first time we go through the grief process, it just like, it's so hard and it's so intense. And then this, you peel back another layer and you go deeper. well, then you have a little bit more of an experience with it, and it's just a tiny, tiny bit more smooth. It's not easier, but it moves a little more, it flows a little more smoothly. And then each time, because, the things that happened to you, those were like so big, and there were so many levels that affected you. And each time, and, as these things hit, and they come back into your mind, you're able to work with it at a deeper level than you did the first time. And, being able to do that, and yeah, totally major experiences. And being able to, one, know that in that moment, you're not alone. In that moment, we're here for you. And we are, we accept where you are in this moment, and we hold that for you. Because where you are right now it sucks, and there are gifts hidden in it. Because by reviewing the things that happened, you're able to process them more. When stuff gets buried so deep that all it is just something hurting inside of us. It's like an infected wound that closes, but the infection was never cleared. So sometimes that wound has to be reopened to allow it to open up, to allow the infection to clear, so the healing can be done, in a good way. So, as you go through this, just know that you are not alone. Know that we are here for you. Know that you matter, and what you're feeling matters, and where you are in this moment. Oztafreak! Yes, 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 folks, please welcome with the fiery fingers and the heart and hi. And, all of that, Oztafreak coming in. Please click on that name, because Oztafreak is an absolutely amazing streamer, and, just have a lot of fun. You will have a lot of fun with the commentary, and a truly compassionate human being who cares about the chat and who cares about the people who come in, and just welcomes everybody so neat and supports other people. And and that's just so wonderful, people, because it's easy to get locked in and focused on your stream and growing your stream, but when you get amazing people like this who help other people and who support other streams and who are there for them, that is so awesome. I am doing good. I am doing really well. We've got some folks who are not doing quite so well, and it's like, Silver is having some major knee stuff up, and there's Luna in the background, and Akamore is having kind of a tough morning, with some emotional stuff. But we're all here. We're here for one another. We're here to support, and no matter what, we're gonna make it through. And and as Akamori mentioned, when somebody says, it's like, well, just change your mindset. Easier said than done, because it's a process. That's it. Here to help if I can. Absolutely. You know what? You help just by coming in and bringing in that bright energy, and and it really is sweet. Yeah, it's easy to say and hard to do, honestly. And it's like a certain insensitivity to just think, it's like, well, just be more positive. You're too negative. Just be more positive. You work at that. You have to be able. AdSense with the wings. AdSense, welcome, welcome, welcome this morning. So good to see you. And I was told that your package is supposed to be arriving today. I got a thing from FedEx saying that it should arrive sometime today. So hopefully you got it. Check Discord DM. Alrighty. Yay! It arrived! Yes! Okay, is it okay if I show your picture with it? I have battled depression and anxiety for years. Hard to change mindset when nothing makes sense. Absolutely. Death. Okay, let's see if I've got the right thing here. Which one? There we go. Awesome. So that is the giveaway that went out in July. Woo! Yay! I'm so glad it arrived. Please enjoy it. Please absolutely enjoy it. And, you know, for those of you who are wondering about that, every 3 months I do a giveaway. And, you know, this was the most recent one. And so we'll do another one in 3 months. You know, yeah, you know, it's raining where you are too. So Akamore, you know, it's like with, you know, Oz Freak, you know, it's who also understands, you know, depression and anxiety. And I think in some ways you have to have experienced it to understand that it's not as easy as mind over matter. It's not as easy. You know, thunderstorms last night lit up the sky. Wow. You know, see, we get scared because the last year when we had like, I mean, it was an amazing lightning storm that was just, people were like, oh my God, it's so beautiful, it's amazing, right up until it started like 80 fires in the area, which forced me to have to evacuate and burnt many homes and, you know, and did a lot of damage. Ooh, lights up skies by thunderstorms are pretty. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately they land somewhere, and for us it ended up because, I mean, up here on the mountain we have like a volunteer fire department, and there were like 80 separate fires that started in all different places. And it was, I mean, our volunteer firefighters, I was just so impressed with them because they had to try to figure out how they could get as much protection as possible, being so spread out. And I mean, all through the state, there were hundreds of fires that started because of lightning strikes. Duh! 2704, Bonjour, my friend. Oh my goodness, it's been so long. We've missed you. Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Well, I'm so happy to see your name. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so happy. How are you? We're going to get the last of that hurricane that just went through Florida. Oh, wow. You know, so what have you been up to? Inquiring minds want to know. You know what? We are, okay. This month I'm doing like Bean Boozled beans. We are doing like, for 100 bits, I eat 1. For a follow, I eat 2. For a sub, I eat 3. You know what? That's it. We're eating a fistful of Bean Boozled beans. That's right. We are going to have a random thing. Nobody has to do anything. This is going to be for you guys. This is going to be... All right. So, what have we got here? We have got... Oh, this is going to be interesting. We've got stink bug. I think we've got like 2 stink bugs. Stink bug or toasted marshmallow. Strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish. We've got peach or barf. We've got birthday cake or dirty dishwater. And we've got butter popcorn or rotten egg. Hold up. That's a lot. You know what? This is for you guys. We're going to have some fun here. Are you ready for it? YOLO. Oh, God. We're going to eat them all at once. There are things going on in my mouth right now that should not be happening. Immediate regret. Oh, God. Rotten eggs and dirty dishwater. I think I got the negative bean for everything. Stink bug! Okay. Alrighty. And lemon. Okay. That one's for you guys. Honestly, I think I got the horrible flavor in every single one of those. It was like dead fish, barf, rotten eggs, dirty dishwater, spoiled milk. I don't think there was a good bean in the bunch. But that was for you guys. And following it with lemon may not have been the best idea. Oh, God. I am going to burp the rest of today and taste every single one of those. Clipped it. Let the horrible flavors happen. Oh, God. I mean, there was not one good one in that entire bunch. Not one. For those of you who don't know what Bean Boozled beans are, it's either something not so bad or something nasty. Oh. Ah. And it's like it sticks to the back of your teeth, so it's like there's always that little leftover taste. Next month, we're doing Harry Potter beans. And honestly, also posted in your Discord for you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, God. Oh, wow. That was a thing. Oh, there were things. Oh, my brain could not register what was going on in my mouth, but it knew it wasn't something good. Thank you, Silver Architect. Oh, my God. Oh, it made my nose run. Let the horrible flavors happen. Oh, Jay Stunzy made one where I ate 2 Carolina Reapers and a stink bug. That was nasty. That was absolutely nasty. Silver, just call me Silver. Okay with me. Alrighty, Silver. I think I had an out-of-body experience. Oh, well, yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, well, I mean, if that put a chuckle on anybody's face, if that put a smile on anybody's face, it was worth it, mostly. Wow. Okay. Moving on. Big one here. Oh, I've decided I'm going to make a video with clips, and thank you for making this clip, because I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to make a video that has basically highlights of, you know, game rages, you know, game panic moments, you know, spicy being bad moments, boom bean boozle being bad moments. And on my birthday, I will be eating the Little Nitro world's hottest gummy bear that is 9 million Scoville units. I have been warned that it has some fairly extreme reactions. I'm just hoping that the endorphin rush kicks, because whenever, I mean, I do like spice, and if I eat a certain amount of it, an endorphin rush kicks in, and it's like, woo! It was sort of like a runner's high. I'm really hoping that the endorphin rush kicks in to offset the pain that I'm going to be in, because as we know, spice burns twice, on the way in and on the way out. But anyway, God, that was dumb. But hey, if it helped anybody, I was happy to do it. But yeah, you know, it can be very, very complex and very, very difficult to figure out how to shift out of one state of mind into another. Because often when we, if we fall into, those harder thoughts, those more challenging thoughts, those, more frightening or thoughts that make us sad, that it's coming up for a reason. And being able to look at what it is that, it's not always like a straight cause and effect. Sometimes when we start feeling bad, it's like, okay, what is my thought right now? Or sometimes if we check in with ourselves physically, it's like, okay, I've got this feeling and my stomach hurts, or I've got this feeling and my throat feels tight. I've got this feeling and I'm starting to get a headache, or, I'm starting to experience body pains, figuring out what it is that kicks in. Alex Talks 247! Yay! How are you? I am doing really well. I mean, granted, I just ate a fistful of Boozled beans and had an out-of-body experience as a result of it. It's been clipped, but we're doing okay. We needed to insert some different type of energy for a second, but it's so good to have you here. I'm so glad. Man, usually the nose only starts to run a little bit from spicy beans, but it's like having that experience, it was like, wow, it actually affected my sinuses. But yeah, it's, ooh, PLUR6! Yay! I can't stay but wanted to say hi. Hi! I sometimes know that feels, especially eating junk food. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, when you start chewing Boozled beans and immediately mistakes were made. Poor choice. Consequences. But, yeah. But PLU, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. I hope that you're doing well. And for anybody, if you're going to be streaming today, if you're going to be doing anything, if there's anything you're proud of, if you finally beat that level of the game that you've been trying to beat, if it's your birthday, if it's your anniversary, whatever, please feel free to share it. In most streams, it's not okay. In this stream it is. I'm okay with people letting folks know when they're streaming, what they're streaming, because, I like the idea of having everybody be able to get in on it and everybody to be able to, celebrate. And if you're doing a stream, you have something to be proud of. If you go and watch streams, you have something to be proud of because you're supporting streams. And I want folks doing a birthday stream at some point today. That's right, Otsit's birthday! Yay! Oh my gosh, hopefully you're going to do something cool and fun and exciting, and that, that you have an amazing, amazing birthday. That is so cool. And, folks, definitely click that name so you can be able to go and check out, Otson streams and, just show some birthday love, give a follow. And, so if anybody else is streaming today, if anybody else is planning to stream, especially if you have a charity stream going, I definitely want to know if you have a charity stream going because, we need to give those streams support. Did you celebrate the 4th of July? Very quietly. In fact, everybody up here, because last year and early this year, we had a major problem with fires. So pretty much there wasn't so much as a pop that went off up here because, there's such a high risk. We are like, on the edge of having to evacuate again if, so much as a sparkler goes off. So it was a very quiet celebration. And mostly I went and did a talk at a church regarding declaring our independence from what no longer serves us. And so that was kind of how I celebrated. Is it hot there? Actually, not too. We're high enough that we kind of have our own little microclimate. So it could be like 60, 70 degrees, and down in the valley, it's like 100. Or, up here, we're at 100 degrees, and down there, they're only like, 70 degrees. So today, it's not expected to be too hot. I think it's only supposed to get up to like, 75, 76 today. But, hopefully it won't be, dry, because that's the biggest problem, is because we had like 89,000 acres burn up here last year and at the beginning of this year. And so with all that dry brush and, and a lot of the trees that fell because of the fire, they've been trying to haul trees out and clear as much so that there isn't as much fuel to feed. I have no idea how much 76 is. Oh, that's right. We deal in Fahrenheit. You folks are Celsius. Mixlin! Mixel. Oh my gosh. Everybody. Welcome Mixel into the mix, who is another one of our young and up and coming rising stars in the Twitchverse, who is an absolutely adorable streamer who streams in German. And so even if you don't understand German, if you do understand German, you have got to follow Mixel. And if you don't understand German, you've still got to follow Mixel, because watching someone stream, even in another language, the enthusiasm for the game just comes shining through, and it's actually really fun to watch somebody go through, and then they're like, they're like having their little, like, a freak out moment or having an intense moment, and you're just watching and experiencing it. So you definitely need to sign on with Mixel. I'm on the East Coast, so I could be different. Yeah, East Coast is mainly hot, and you guys have been having all kinds of trouble with weather and the hurricanes coming through and all of that stuff. So, much love. My youngest son and his wife live in Utica, New York. They're like in upstate New York. So, they're having kind of swinging back and forth temperatures and stuff. And the weather we're experiencing definitely has an effect on our ability to, be able to, get things done and be able to feel positive. Because, like, for some folks, when it's really that oppressive heat and, y'all on the East Coast, you guys have, it's like you take heat to a whole new level with humidity. Phasmophobia! You're doing Phasmophobia? Oh my gosh, because I know Sheila Merritt was looking for somebody to play Phasmophobia with her. So, Phasmophobia in German. That would be so cool. Yes. But yeah, it's hydrate. Yeah, I need to, because I'm still kind of feeling some of the flashbacks of what the poor choice I made to eat a fistful of miscellaneous beans, and I got every bad bean. Every one of the beans was the bad one. But the lemon tea kind of helps cleanse the palate. But so thank you for reminding me to hydrate. But yeah, it's being able to, deal with the weather, because some people have seasonal affective disorder, which means that when they have times where there is a drop in sunlight, then, that emotional drop happens as well. It's just one of many reasons why certain people can feel certain things. And it is, the important thing is for people to understand that whatever they're feeling, they're not alone. That there are people who are there to support them. Drinking tea. Iced tea. Yep. This is just like straight. Basically, I just boiled up some lemons and, I'm drinking the water, which is good for you. Lemon water is actually very good for you. Unless you have issues with, like acid reflux and stuff, then you might not want to have anything acidic. So, always check and make sure. Nothing works great for everybody. So that's important to remember. But usually, either water with a little bit of lemon in it, or, just like having some boiled lemon tea, maybe you put some honey in it or something. But usually lemon is very good to go through the system. It kind of helps cleanse the system. Let's see. Yep. Favorite kind of tea as well. Oh, yeah. It is, I do drink coffee. And lately I've been very into what's called bulletproof coffee, which is basically where you get black coffee and you put like a tablespoon of butter in it. And It is an interesting taste. It is an interesting texture. I did not think I would like it. The first sip was like, I don't know about this. By the third sip, I was like, oh my God, this is so good. So yeah, you know, if whatever it is that is your beverage of choice, enjoy it. So, it's like a burp wanting to happen, and I know I'm gonna get those flavors again. And that's gonna go on all day. So, and just to note in the chat, I am a part of the Nameless family. The Nameless family is an amazing, amazing group of, you know, streamers and content creators who are just awesome. By any chance, have you heard of G Fuel? Yes, I have heard of G Fuel. I haven't tried any, but I have heard of it, yes. And, you know, I guess you can get kind of a rush off of it. Some people say it tastes kind of like sweet tarts. Bloodchard! Yay! Bloodchard! Oh my gosh. Folks, welcome the person who I feel has the most equally cute and creepy emotes. But, you know, there's something very Cthulhu-ish, very, you know, Meat Boy-ish about it. But, you know, it just, they're just, and they're like waving. It's like Cthulhu, you know, sinister character going. But that's cool. Hey, Bloodchard, how are you? It's good to see you, my friend. Folks, give Bloodchard's name a click. Just awesome streamer who always has such interesting commentary, and, you know, who does a lot to help out other communities. So how are you doing? Are you going to be streaming anytime soon? Inquiring minds want to know. Ooh, lemon. But yes, maybe I'll try some G Fuel. I mean, that's like, I'm good, just chilling. I heard streamers say it tastes like chalk. I've heard some say it tastes like, I don't know how many of you know about sweet tarts. Sweet tarts are like, it's a candy that's a little chalky candy that is hyper sweet. Speedy Pig 69! Yes, hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, hey you. Folks, here is another amazing, amazing streamer who, you know, has like such a friendly, you know, stream, and you go into the chat and folks are, I mean, it's like walking into a party of a bunch of people who are just having a good time. And Speedy Pig is the host of the party, and so you definitely want to click on that name. Holiday 92! Yes! Yay! Oh, friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears and your follows so you can go and dump them right on Holiday 92, who is such a sweetheart and has, I mean, it was just, the stream is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Holiday 92, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, lovely lady. Well, right back at ya. Not sure when I'll be streaming again. I don't really have a proper schedule. Well, you know what? We will settle for an improper one. Whenever you do, whenever you think you're going to, you make sure you let us know so we can definitely show up and support. Same for you, Holiday 92. Are you going to be streaming today? Inquiring minds want to know. We've got to, you know, make sure that we spread the love around so everybody has a chance to talk about what they're proud of and proud of their stream. Because we've got some folks who are going through some hard times today. We've got some folks who aren't, you know, aren't really in a good, happy place. And we want to help them to, you know, feel that way. Very good question. I want to, so I'm going to try. You know, there's that whole thing, the Yoda, oh, there is no try. There is only do or do not. It's like, you know what? You could not detect a Sith Lord who was within spitting distance of you, so guess what, Yoda? Maybe you should have tried. So, I mean, that's just my thing. I have certain issues with Yoda. So it's like, you know what, don't tell me, you know, there is only do or do not, you know, there is no try. A Sith Lord next to you, and you didn't know. Okay, I may be the only one who had an issue with that, but, you know. Gonna be late today. Just re-downloading World of Warships. Oh, re-downloading. That usually implies that the first one did not go well. But I'd love to check that out. Live for today, because you don't know what tomorrow may... Or live for today, for you don't know what tomorrow may bring. Enjoy what you have, because life is way too short. Ding, ding, ding. Absolutely. Someone once told me life is a tiny dash between two dates on a headstone. And you got to fit as much as you can into a dash about this big. So, make hay while the sun shines. And if it's not a good day, if things are down, it's like, you know what? That's okay too. It's okay that, I would rather be authentically unhappy than faking being happy. That's just for me. Is that I think the most important thing we can be is authentic. The most important thing we can be is real in what we feel. To be real in our moment. And, if it's an amazing moment, celebrate it. And if it's not an amazing moment, then, talk to somebody, reach out, know that you're not alone. I think I'm going to play some Star Trek Online. Getting a giveaway set up for August 16th, so definitely come on by. Absolutely. Oh, and I started a game of Star Trek Online, and then I think I hit a glitch, and it wouldn't work after that. And so it's like, I kept running down a hallway, and it kept telling me to go back and get something that wasn't there anymore. But Star Trek Online was recommended to me, so I may try to see if I can do that again, because I was told that it really is a fun game. So we'll have to figure that out. But whether it's trying a new game or doing something different, different things help us when we're in those rough spots. Sometimes it's talking to somebody. Sometimes it's just being alone. Sometimes it's having a good cry. Sometimes it's, playing a video game. Sometimes it's screaming into a pillow. Sometimes it's going out and going on a run. Whatever it is, hug a puppy, hug a kitten, whatever it is. And some people's like, oh, you say puppies and kittens, but what about snakes? Hug a snake if that is your thing and if you have one. But whatever it is, to be able to find those tools that, it's not necessarily, it's like, oh, this is going to take me from unhappy to being ecstatic. It's like, no, just something to create your eye of the storm. Oh no, lol, my boyfriend and I have been watching all of Star Trek Discovery, so I've got the bug and want to try it. Absolutely. Yes, I remember the old school Star Trek. Oh yeah. Lieutenant Uhura, the best legs in the Federation. But, oh my gosh. Oh, nostalgia moment. But yeah, whatever it is that helps you find a breathing space. And that's what an Eye of the Storm is. It's a breathing space. It's a moment where you can be able to not be in the storm. The storm's still around you, but you got this little space inside of it. And anybody who's ever been in a hurricane knows about the Eye of the Storm. I have the original series on Blu-ray. Wish that show broke down barriers. It was really revolutionary in what it proposed and the ideas of, that cooperation, that connecting with other cultures, that learning about it. Of course, that whole thing about the Prime Directive. Yeah, how many times did Kirk break the Prime Directive? Just saying. It's like, oh, well, it's the Prime Directive, we can't. Oh my God, how many times? Every episode, the Prime Directive was broken. But, that's okay, no problem. I think it should have been broken in a lot of cases. More times than I can count. He did pretty good for a Canadian. That's right, doggone it. My favorite Kirk line. It's like, we all have our favorite lines from the show. My favorite Kirk line is, the answer is no, I'm therefore going to do it anyway. That is my single favorite line, because it's like, the answer is no, I am therefore going to do it anyway. It's like, I love that. Yep. Hey, I'm a newfie. Salute. But yeah, it was, and it was all about possibilities. It was always about growth from learning new things and from encountering new things and from engaging new things. And, and the whole thing behind the Prime Directive was the idea that a culture should be allowed to progress at its own pace. And I mean, honestly, I think we need a Prime Directive just for people. That people be allowed to progress at their own pace without interference. Because sometimes that's what we need to do to work through some goody games. Yes, hello, hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. I hope you're doing well, folks. This is our new friend Goody Games, who came into the mix yesterday, and I'm so happy you're here. I hope you're doing well. And we are talking about Star Trek. Well, we started off talking about Star Wars. I'm doing well. How are you? Oh, goody, 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 goody. We started off with, a lot of kind of intense stuff. There was a lot of sharing. So I decided to lighten the mood by taking a fistful of the Boozled beans. Mistakes were made. I think I had like 6 beans, and every single one of them was the bad bean. Oh, it was brutal. It was so brutal. I needed somebody to hold my hand. But, there's a clip of it, so that can be enjoyed later. I bet it was. Oh my gosh. My brain could not register what exactly was happening in my mouth. It was like, oh my God, rotten eggs soaking in dirty dishwater, wrapped in a stink bug, and oh, it was nasty. But, and I know that every time I burp, it's going to come back to me. But, hey, it brought a few smiles to a few faces, so we just go with that. Oh, I can't imagine how bad that must have tasted. Like I said, there is a clip if you scroll up in the chat, there is a clip of it. So, yes, we can relive the moment. The list went on. Oh my God. That was as I've said before, I am not the smartest of my parents' children. So, and occasionally I prove it. What is the saying? It is better to be silent and be thought a fool than to speak up and remove all doubt. So, yeah. For you. But yeah, I mean, I think that it was, oh yeah, altogether it was just brutal. But yeah, what if we could have a Prime Directive for people? That people would be allowed to grow at their pace, to be encouraged to grow at their pace, to be encouraged not to have to meet other people's expectations or to be influenced to become something that they don't feel is right for them to be. I think the stink bug one, they put more juice in it from time to time. Yeah, because it gets worse. Oh, yeah, it's like, well, and what always gets me is, how do they know what a stink bug tastes like? Which means that they've probably got people chained to a wall in the basement of the Boozled Bean factory, and they feed them stuff, and it's like, okay, eat this stink bug. Okay, now tell me if this bean tastes like that. See, there is shenanigans going on. But, it's like, and then the fact that it stays stuck like in the back of your teeth, and that means that taste just kind of sits there. So, but yes, Boozled Beans, we're doing this. So, yeah, you can go check the clip. It was, we shared a moment. So, what do you want to say figure that is yours? What is it that you would like to be yours as far as the world around you, as far as, what you would like to, just be able to incorporate into your life? And the first step of getting it is thinking about it. And sometimes we have to think about those hard things because maybe we need to move through it. something that we would like in our life is often preceded by kind of a leap of faith. It usually means that we have to break away from something and, and challenge ourselves and go into some of those uncharted waters. I know what it's like because I eat them on my stream almost all the time. Believe it or not, my brother got me to eat, 4 bags in 4 hours? I mean, even if there's some good ones mixed in there, that would still be highly unpleasant. I would imagine that would lead to major bowel issues. But yeah, they are. I mean, it's like dirty dishwater. Who is drinking dirty dishwater? And the weird thing is, when you taste it, it's like, oh yeah, that's exactly what dirty dishwater would taste like, even if you haven't tasted it. So, but yes, when we want to bring something cool into our lives, there's risk. And one of the biggest things is that, risk is not always comfortable. Risk is not always easy. And, when we're faced with things that, are overwhelming our bodies, our minds, or our spirits, if there's something going on that is preventing us from being able to focus on the stuff we want because we're so focused on what's happening and how unpleasant it is, like eating a bunch of Boozled beans at once. It's not easy to be optimistic when there are things going on in your mouth that under no circumstances should be happening. But, being able to move through it and go, okay, that was uncomfortable, or okay, that sucked, and where can I go from here? What is it that will help me right now? What is it that will help me in an hour? What is it that will help me, by the end of the day? And figuring out just how to make it through the next 5 minutes. Whether it's watching a silly old lady torment herself flavor-wise, or maybe it's playing a game, or maybe it's calling up a friend. Whatever it is, figure out what it is that works for that moment. What gives you help right now? What will give you help, in the next week? Because, it's like just facing the challenge of what's going on around you and getting through it the best way to get through anything. That's why when I do the PM diesels, I know they're fat, but I face through it. It takes like a man. I take it like a man, and I move on. Yep, sometimes it's just suck it up, buttercup. And other times it's like, oh, okay, I need to take a step back, and I need to just kind of identify exactly where I'm at. What am I feeling? And if I'm feeling a moment of grief, it's like, to me, if a moment of grief hits, I mean, like just genuine, man, just everything drops, then just kind of be in it, give it a minute. Breathe. Because often when we get stressed out, we either breathe very shallow or we hold our breath. Make it a conscious thing of just taking deep breaths in, hold it for a bit, and then exhale. And you do that, or do like a deep but continuous breath. Because often, once we change our breathing pattern, it can actually, because we're increasing the oxygen going to our brain, it helps us to think a little more clearly. It helps create the eye of the storm. It gives us a space where we're not just reacting, we're choosing action. Because that's the first thing that those stressful times take away from us is choice. We go on autopilot. As long as we can still choose, as long as we can say, okay, I'm in a situation, this is what I'm feeling, what do I want to do about it? What do I need? What do I choose to do about this moment? Do I choose to just, soldier through and muscle it through and, suck it up, buttercup? Or do I choose to sit down and have a good cry? Do I choose to reach out and say, hey, I need help? And, however you want to do that, it is up to you, because what you think often becomes your reality. And if you can think, I'm in, you know, a bad space. And like I said before, if there's something going on that you feel you're not achieving or that you're not having, throw the word yet. I'm not feeling good yet. You know, I'm not in a good space yet. Or if you use a phrase like, I'm really hurting, you can say for now. I'm scared for now. I'm not feeling strong for now. Because adding yet and adding for now, depending on where it applies, what that does is it opens up the possibility and the knowledge that the situation is going to change. Lurk, going my thing. Okay, Survival Steve. First off, yay for Survival Steve. Folks, click that name, give it a follow. Steve's going to be streaming. So, you know, and for those of you who have the you can Twitch multi-screen, you can actually look at more than one stream at a time. Feel free to do so. Believe it or not, when COVID hit, I was sitting around being bored, which really helped me get through the 2 years that we were in lockdown. Yeah, it was a very stressful time, but we managed to get through it. Me and the missus, yay, because I had Twitch there and had all you lovely people to talk to. Yay! And, you know, and that is, you know, for a lot of people. I mean, honestly, COVID was the reason I started streaming. When I went into lockdown, and you know, I am a doctor. Yes, I'm an actual doctor. I'm a chiropractor. When COVID hit, as much as I wanted to treat my patients, I knew that, you know, the way that I do my doctoring, I can't help but touch people. I have to have physical contact. You know, a lot of doctors, they don't have to have that physical contact, but it was required for me, and I did not want to become a point of transmission, so I stopped my practice for a while. And during that time was when I started doing Twitch. And it was amazing, and it was cool, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, this is fun. So I kept doing it. But yeah, you know, when you are able to have the ability to reach out, to connect, because I mean, we're here live. I'm talking here right now. I mean, unless you're watching the video later. But for those of you who are here, we're all here together. We're apart, but we're together. And Bloodshard's back. Yay! But, you know, yeah, and we had you, Speedy Pig. You know, we had you being there and cracking jokes and making us laugh and, you know, just being you. And, you know, as I always say, streamers are going to save the world because we help people make it through a dark time. If somebody turns on a stream and they can chuckle for a little bit, maybe they haven't had a laugh all day, maybe they've been feeling down and they see somebody acting silly on a stream or making them laugh, that little bit of light makes a difference, and it creates a ripple effect. And Lady Lurk! Yay! Lurk while we're lurking while working. See, that's a whole thing. Lurking while working. Much love. Oh, love of God. Smile. Yes. Okay, folks, you definitely want to give a click onto Lady Oric's name, because she says the word smile more in her stream than I think any other streamer possibly could. And she is the dancing queen of Twitch. She will do a dance, and she's got a unicorn. You cannot pass up somebody who dances and smiles and has a unicorn. Definitely want to click on, because, you know, her streams are just, they're so fun. And she has a twin sister who sometimes streams with her, which I want to see both of them stream together, because I think that would be so cool. There's something I would like to share with y'all. Bloodshard, the floor is yours. Very soon. See, everybody, we hold Lady Oric to that, and follow her, because that is a stream you definitely want to see. So whatever you would like to share, Bloodshard, we are here, and we would love to hear it, and probably is typing feverishly right now. So yeah, for those of you who don't know about it, this is the Summer of Fun. So that means last month was Spicy Bean Boozled Bean month. This is regular Bean Boozled Bean month. And so for every 100 bits, I will eat 1. For every follow, I will eat 2. For every sub, I will eat 3. And occasionally, if folks need it, I will eat a fistful just because. So, hashtag going out. If I stream, it will be very late or tomorrow. Well, okay, folks, that means you got to click onto that name so you know when Otsense is going to be streaming again. Absolutely. You know, I will definitely be looking for that. You know, it depending on my work schedule. Please enjoy the Loving Lurkers Lounge. See, that's what I call it, the Loving Lurkers Lounge. There's the lovely Lady Orc, which is a good friend of mine, and she makes me smile all the time. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, she sings songs. She has a unicorn. She dances. Sometimes she dances with the unicorn. Sometimes she sings and dances with the unicorn. So you have got to go to Lady Orc's channel because it is amazing. And she is, like I said, for somebody who just embodies a smile. She's like a walking, streaming smile. So you want to go and check her out. So one of my brothers is not affiliated on Twitch yet. I've been trying really hard to help him reach it. Let's do this. All right. Where's the stream? What is it? Who is it? Let's okay. Bloodchart, send it to me on Discord and send me the link, send me the Twitch page, the page, the channel page, whatever you have, send it to me. We're posting it so we can definitely give some love and definitely give some support. So yeah, you know, it's, and that is like one of the best parts about this is that we can help each other out. We can be there for one another, you know, and you know, we're gonna help give everybody a leg up that we can, because we all remember, you know, those of us who are affiliates, we remember what it was like trying to get those numbers and trying to really make it something. Alrighty, I'll send you it. Absolutely. And we can, okay, well, that's not it. Doop. We'll look at that later. That's not it. Okay. So, yeah. You know, send me the link, you know, and I would love to see it. I would love to, you know, I mean, feel free. That's why I say I want people to self-promote. I want people to share what they're doing. I want people to, you know, put that stuff out there, because, you know, everything that is amazing starts as a thought. And if it stays a thought, then it doesn't get us anywhere. Nobody gets to benefit from this. Because you never know if the next thought you have could be something that makes, you know, an entire planet happy. Or even if it just makes one person happy, then, you know, we are able to manage that. But when we are able to help and support and move one person forward, it moves everybody forward. And what this does also, I mean, because there are the trolls. There are the people who just, you know, come onto Twitch to be obnoxious. And yeah, that kind of sucks. But the thing is, they're the exception. They're not the rule. And the more really cool people who we have streaming, the more people who feel encouraged, the more people who bring in positive, wonderful energy, which I cannot imagine being Bloodcharged brother and not having wonderful, positive, fun energy. So we want to, and there it is. Da, 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 da. Alrighty, we are okay. Let us do. That, bam. Alrighty, so this is the link, and we are going to, let's see, right there, bam. Followed. Gotcha. And I recommend that everybody else gives a follow too. Looks very cool. I love the logo. But, you know, it's all about helping each other out. So, you know, let's do this. Let's help out. So, you know, the best ones are, do you want to become famous? That is so cool. I just gave him a call on myself. I hope that helps him get his goal, because I know what it's like until I got some really good help from some really good friends. And that's why I'm trying to see if I can get into the Nameless Family group. I am definitely hoping that for you, because it would be so cool to have you as a Nameless family. And so it looks like, Comet has Discord and TikTok and Twitter and, bam, following on Twitter too. I mean, that's really cool because everything is all set up. I love the first rule. Don't be a dick. Okay. But yes, this is cool. And let's see, let's look. And so hopefully, I will find out when the next stream is. So please, Bloodshard, let us know and keep us posted as to when streams are coming up. And so that way we can be able to support in a good way, and we can get some of those, depending on what it is, whether it's views or follows or whatever. Let's help. And if anybody else knows somebody, or if you are working on either making affiliate or something like that, please let us know. Sounds good. Gonna lurk now. Mwah! Much love, Otsense with the wings. I just love that. Much love to you too. Have an awesome day and enjoy the Loving Lurkers Lounge. So, it really is, when somebody has the thought, we want to encourage that thought. Because I know there's a lot of people who, they have accounts, but it's like, oh, well, I couldn't stream. I couldn't do that. But there's that little thing inside of them that's going, maybe we could. Maybe we could do this. It would be so cool. It would be so fun. And, we got to listen to that thought sometimes. We've got to go, it's like, you know what? It would be cool. It would be fun. We need to be able to encourage that for people to, take that leap of faith and know that when they do, we're supporting them. We're there with them. We're helping them out. We're giving them, information. You don't know if you can do it or not until you actually do it. Bingo. And the other thing is, don't give up on yourself. Look positive. That's right. It's like, when I tell people, it's like, don't say, you haven't made it big on Twitch. Say you haven't made it big on Twitch yet. Don't say, I don't have the house I want. You don't have the house you want yet. And that's that opening up that little doorway of possibility, that it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And yes, if you've never done something, you could actually be brilliant at it and not know it. I mean, maybe it's like, oh, I don't know if I'd be good at that. Oh my God, you could be amazing and you don't know. That is very, very cool. So, the worst thing you're going to do is give it a try and maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe. But what if it does? What if there's that possibility that it's the thing that the universe has been waiting to dump in your lap, and all it's been waiting for you to do is to set it into motion? And it's amazing what can happen when we set stuff into motion. Because it's scary. And sometimes it's big time scary. And sometimes, we worry about things like, am I going to embarrass myself? Am I going to look ridiculous? Am I going to mess it up? Am I going to hurt somebody's feelings? Am I going to, whatever, all of those stories that we tell ourselves. If you're going to tell yourself a story, tell yourself a good one, because either way you're making it up, because you don't know what's going to happen until you actually set it into motion. Now, if you think that you can fly and you jump off the roof and you say, I know I can fly. I know I can fly. I'm going to jump off this roof. Well, yes, there could be a variety of things that happen. It's a pretty sure bet that almost all of them is going to involve a trip to the emergency room. And being able to go, you know what? I'm going to try jumping off the roof, and I'm going to put a trampoline underneath it. Blue Comet Ultra! Welcome! Gave you a follow, and welcome in. Oh my gosh. Please tell us about yourself. Introduce yourself. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. Yeah, anybody who's ever seen the musical Oliver? Yes. Just like I put a challenge out there, if somebody needs my goal that I have, I will go out and buy a pig suit with a pig tutu and I will wear it during a stream. Okay, so you need to follow Speedy Pig just to see that. That needs to be clipped. Okay, so what we have is 2 strawberry banana smoothie or dead fish, and 1 coconut or spoiled milk. Okay, yes, you are Blood's brother. Yes, we're so happy to have you here. Oh, we've been like talking about you, so your ears must have been burning. And I followed your Twitter, and I recommend everybody else do. And with Blue Comet here, this makes it so easy because all you have to do is click on the name. Just click on the name, and it'll show you, and you can follow the little follow heart. And that would be great because we are going to get Blue Comet Ultra affiliated. That's it. That's happening. We're doing this. We're also doing this. So, Blue Comet Ultra, you get to choose whether or not I eat these all together. I mean, I don't know how much you know about Boozled beans, but ew, occasionally. I ate a full fistful of them earlier and got every single one was a nasty one. So, you get to decide whether or not I eat them one at a time or I eat them all at once. So, that's up to you. But, oh yeah, there's a clip of that moment and things were going on in my mouth that have no business going on in any human mouth. So, but it is so nice to meet you, Blue Comet. Oh, and I love your little logo thing on your page. That's actually really cool. It's getting to meet new people and getting to, to really help out other folks and to get awesome streamers who are in it for the right reason, who are in it because they enjoy interacting with people, they enjoy putting smiles on people's faces, they enjoy helping people out, and they enjoy the idea of blowing up and being the next ninja. So, that's okay. And hey, I do not consider in any way, shape, or form the idea that, somebody would love to be able to make a living off this and become abundant and all of that stuff. That is a perfectly good reason to do this. And, it's like, well, they're just doing it for the money. Heck yeah! But they're not just doing it for the money, because you can't just do this for money. You got to be able to enjoy the thrill of the stream and interacting with people. And if you are Blood's brother, I would guess that you have that same wonderful spark that your brother's got, that same warm, thing with the chats and all of that stuff. There's 2 factors you got to do it. You do it for the love of the people and the games, and you do it to earn a little extra money and to carry you through the month. Exactly. And it's like if other people have taken off and just like boom, you can too. Alrighty, Blue Comet, you can. If I take them all at once, it's a thing, or if I take them one at a time. But oh yeah, it is. This is just all at once. See, there you go, Blue Comet, fist bump. It's all or nothing, YOLO, both feet in or both feet out. Okay, so as a reminder, we've got 1 or 2 dead fish versus strawberry banana daiquiri and a coconut. Either that or I don't think it's peach versus barf. It could be that. But here we go. Blue Comet Ultra, welcome. We're glad you're here. You're going to do great, and YOLO. Okay, I got the strawberry banana and the dead fish. And coconut. Okay, so 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 good ones. Oh, but that dead fish is dragging everything down. Okay, it's not as bad as it could be. But the dead fish. Oh my god. That was not a good combination. Nah. Oh God, and the dead fish is the lingering taste. It's like of all the tastes, the one that is the last one to hang out is the dead fish. Ah, lemon water. Oh, it's tart, but it clears. Woo! And then it stays in your teeth. That was not a good combination. No. But hey, it was fun. Thank you for the follow. And yeah, folks, and for those of you who are watching this video later, please look up Blue Comet Ultra, and we will definitely be supporting and making sure that you get all the support you would that you need. And wow. Okay. and it's like it's getting something into my sinuses, and I don't know why. Why is it going into my sinuses? I know the spicy ones go into my sinuses. But that's okay. Moving on. What were we talking about? Oh, right. Both feet in, both feet out, doing this, supporting, and being able to say, you know what? I may not be totally clear on what I'm doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like Captain Kirk says, the answer is no, I'm therefore going to do it anyway. And there's lots of people who will tell people no. There's lots of people who will give every reason possible that, it's like, oh, well, you shouldn't try to do this, and almost nobody succeeds at it. And it is, it's like, oh, there's not, I gotta go soon. Oh, you do. Mwah. But, we're definitely going to keep track. And the next time you stream, we will definitely post it up. I will click onto your Discord. So if you got a stream coming up, you can click it there, and I will make sure that I promote it. And I will also share your stuff on Twitter and, get you going that way. So we got this. So it really is, about helping. And Bloodshard, thank you so much for bringing this to our attention and bringing your wonderful brother in and giving us a chance to participate in something very, very cool happening. Because, how often do we get a chance to participate in something very, very cool happening? It is... I mean, we can create enough cool things in our own life. We've still got some time left over. We can create cool things in other people's lives, because then what happens is it all comes back to us. I'm a firm believer in, what you put out comes back. And while yes, some things happen that suck. By the way, some of my panels I don't have anymore. Oh, okay. Just forgot to remove them. No worries. We will if you still have a Discord, then, you can leave that up, and we'll make sure that, folks know about it. But, no worries at all, my friend. You do whatever you need to do, and, we'll click on. But, yeah, we can be able to literally save the world one person at a time. And, yeah, there's a lot of people, so that means it's going to take a while, but with so many of us doing it. And when one person helps one person to feel better, that person often helps two people. It's expanding. And when, somebody is streaming and, people are like, oh man, I love this stream. I just love this stream, and Gaming with Kentucky and JD, another excellent streamer. And, he's just awesome, and he is so cool. He would say, you don't watch a stream for the game, you watch a stream for the streamer. And when you get folks who can encourage folks and, even give them a little chuckle every once in a while, that's important, because you're helping somebody to walk a little bit more gently in the world, even if it's for a little bit. And when we have an opportunity to do that, doggone it, we need to. And okay, see you later. See ya! Bye, Blue Comet. Have an excellent, ultra excellent day. and y'all come back now, you hear? So, So yeah, being able to help other people and to encourage them, and yeah, getting them connected, because nobody does this alone. Nobody does anything really alone. I mean, everybody has that strength inside of them. Everybody, whatever you're facing, it's not bigger than you are. It's not stronger than you are, because you are amazing and you have overcome 100% of everything that you have faced so far. If you're still here, you've overcome it. May not have always been pretty, may not have always been a solution that you were crazy about, but you overcame. And when we have all these people who are helping each other overcome stuff and helping themselves overcome stuff, because when you overcome stuff on your own, it's not just you. You are inspiring other people to be able to do that as well. And if you are in a situation where, you can be able to help somebody, yeah, because not only are you helping them, you become the source of help for everyone that they help. Well, sometimes I play fishing games, and what I do from time to time is I help new players in the game and get their levels up, or help them achieve what they want to achieve in the game. And I do that a couple of times during the week. Then I also play some other games, but my fishing game is the biggest. That is so cool. I mean, there are some games and streamers that are like a tutorial. And doing the fishing games, because I mean, and there's like a little bit of finesse. You kind of need to know what you're doing. And so often people will try a game once or twice and go, oh, I can't do this. And see, that lets in that kind of self-defeating thought, like, well, if I can't do this, then I can't do that. I can't do anything. But when they find a streamer who is like, you know what, here, let me help you. Here's how you can do this. Here's a shortcut. Here's a better way to handle that. Then it's like, oh, wow. Well, if I can do that, then maybe I can do this. And then maybe I can do that other thing. All it takes is getting your feet on the ground with one thing that can often lead to a sprint. It can often set things into motion. You get that momentum. And even if it's just something as silly as playing a video game, yeah, you get a sense of anything you get a sense of accomplishment out of. That's what's going to help. That's what's going to create the momentum. And the momentum starts with a thought. Whatever it is that we want to set into motion, it starts with thinking about it. It starts, and that thought becomes a possibility. All we have to do is let it. All we have to do is let our thoughts become a possibility. We don't have to know how to do it in that moment. That first moment, all we have to think is, wouldn't it be cool if? And fill that in with whatever you want. Wouldn't it be cool if I could figure out how to play that fishing game? And then, oh, wow, here's a guy who's streaming it, and hey, I can ask questions. And wow, he showed me how I can do this because I didn't know how to do that. And maybe that applies to running a stream. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to work with OBS. Oh wow, I asked this particular streamer and they explained it to me. They answered my question. Or they told me, hey, contact me through Discord and I'll help you figure it out. That's cool. That is, that sets all kinds of wonderful things in motion. It's a lot better than saying, well, you're on your own. Figure it out for yourself. Besides, you're probably not going to be good at it anyway. There's always going to be the people who dwell in the negative. And sometimes, we have to be realistic about something that, remembering that the only time success comes before work is in the dictionary, that it is going to take work to reach the things that we want to reach. But we don't have to work alone. And, all of the work in the world isn't going to matter if we don't embrace the thought, if we don't embrace possibilities. And that's just kind of, I think, what is the starting point of every dream that anybody has ever had. It was a thought. And it was thinking that something was possible. And I was saying yesterday that I love artists, and I have such admiration for artists that, oh my gosh, they take something that didn't exist, I mean, at all. It didn't exist at all. And suddenly it exists up here. And then they make it exist out here. It's like Bean Boozled beans. Somebody had a thought about that, and frankly, I think that person should get some help. But somebody had a thought. You know what? What if we took something as amazing and wonderful as jelly beans that most people only enjoy like one time a year at Easter? But what if we took something as wonderful as a jelly bean and made it taste like dead fish? And somebody probably looked at them and said, get help. Get some help. See a professional. But that thought stuck in their head, and they thought, well, what if I had a jelly bean that tasted like sour milk? And what if I put them together with jelly beans that didn't taste bad but looked identical to the ones that do taste bad? Now, how many billions of dollars do you think the Bean Boozled people are making? Because somebody had a really weird thought. And I've said it before, the word weird, because some people say that is a bad thing. Oh, well, I'm just weird, or that's weird. Weird, or weird, means magical. So somebody decided to have a magical thought about Bean Boozled beans. And it became something huge and amazing. So what weird thought do you have that is just waiting to become amazing? The slinky. Okay, for those of you who remember what a slinky is, I'm a child. I grew up in the 60s and 70s. We knew slinkies. And, basically it's a little metal spring that, just kind of goes back and forth. Yep, Speedy Pig remembers the slinkies. For those of you who are younger, Google it. What goes downstairs alone or in pairs and makes a slinkity sound. A spring, a marvelous thing. Everyone loves a slinky. So that was the jingle. Back when commercials had jingles. Every commercial had a jingle. But, it was a piece of a machine that somebody looked at, and they picked it up and they moved it, and it moved kind of cool. Now, it was a piece of equipment, a piece off a machine, and that person thought this would be a cool toy and made millions. I had 10 of them. Yep. And it was, it was a thought. How many, okay, the ultimate thought? Who remembers the pet rock? Okay, for those of you who don't know what a pet rock is, you want to talk about the ultimate marketing idea. Somebody took a rock, they put it in a little box with a little bit of straw in it, and called it a pet rock. It was a rock in a box. Little tiny box. Looked like a little tiny pet carrier. Made millions. They had pet rock food. They had training manuals for pet rocks. The pet rock became just amazing. Everybody wanted a pet rock. You paid for a rock that you could have gone outside and picked up a rock. But people paid money for rocks. And it was it. Speedy Pig remembers that too. Somebody had the idea, if I take a little rock and put it in a box with a little bit of straw in it and write pet rock across it, people are going to pay for millions of them. And I'm sure that person would have been told, get some help. There is no way on God's green earth that people are going to pay for a little rock in a box. No way. And yet, millions of people around the world paid for them. That person never had to work another day in their life. And, maybe your next idea isn't the next pet rock, or maybe it is. But if that person had said, you're right, that's kind of a dumb idea, then it would have never happened. So consider, whether or not an idea becomes, the next pet rock or the next slinky, the next, boomer moment, hula hoop or whatever. The next, because it used to be like a board with a little ball with a little rubber band attached to it. We played with those, the little paddle balls. Whatever it was that we figured out ways to amuse ourselves. But the thing is, somebody had to think about it. And then they had to take that thought to the next level. It was called the pong pong. Yep. We usually just called them paddle balls. And, and the whole thing was you sat and it was like bounce, 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 bounce. And you saw how many times in a row you could bounce it. And, there were people who were doing it and yo-yos. Oh my gosh. Yo-yos. The old Duncan yo-yo. I'm pretty sure Speedy Pig remembers the old Duncan yo-yos. You want to see something interesting, Google like yo-yo competitions. Because back in the day, one of the biggest things you could do was, you go and you see people like they've got like a dozen different yo-yos and they're like doing around the world and walk the dog and doing the little swing. But yeah, it's like a yo-yo, which was basically a spool with a string attached to it. And it was, it became a craze around the planet. So before you say that an idea that you have isn't worth anything, or before you let somebody convince you that a thought you have isn't worth anything, remember that the entire world had to have a rock in a little box with a little bit of straw in it. Just saying that, whatever idea you have, is it guaranteed to make you a billionaire? No. But it's guaranteed not to if you never follow through on it. If you never take it past, because the thought is the first thing. The thought is the possibility. What you do with your thoughts, whether you value them or you don't value them, that is up to you. You can do this. Your thoughts have value. And if you decide that you think that you want to be an amazing streamer, then you go in with both feet. It's going to take work. It's going to take getting people to believe in you. It's going to take, and the only real way to do that, and it's something that all of the streamers that you see in this chat and more, they stick to what is true for them. They hold on to their truth. They don't try to be someone they're not, because that's a lot more work. When you can be yourself, when you share yourself, when you go on to Speedy Pig's stream, you get Speedy Pig. You get the genuine article. And that's one of the cool things about it, is that Speedy Pig is Speedy Pig. And that is a beautiful, wonderful thing. When you are real, when you trust in who you are enough to share who you are, to be authentic. It's like, well, like me or dislike me, this is me. And people ask me, it's like, well, are you like this usually or whatever? Pretty much. I don't eat as many Boozled beans, but I just figured it was a lot easier to be who I was than try to be someone who I wasn't, just because it's like, okay, what do people want to see? What can I turn into that will be what they want? That's a lot of work, and it's very difficult to maintain. Be yourself. Well, whenever I start my stream, I always say, how is everybody doing today? And I always end it with, love all my viewers, and I see them soon, because to me, people mean everything. And if I can't be real, then I shouldn't be screaming or streaming. Yep. And really, absolutely. Because, when you really see the streamers that people really like, generally they're themselves. They found that one thing that, kind of is sort of their little niche, their little, their way of doing something. You could watch like, a dozen different streamers stream Call of Duty, and you're going to see a dozen different ways to stream it. You could have just chatting channels, and there are several. You could have the same folks who are doing just chatting, but those chats are all going to be different based on that person. And if somebody is like a game rager, yeah, they're going to rage, and that's them. If somebody's more chill, they shouldn't try to rage, because that's not them. And often people can tell if someone's not being authentic. They can tell if they're not being real. Anybody who wants to know if I'm usually like this, you can go to my YouTube channel, and I've got like 4 years worth of videos there that are pretty much the same as now. And, on a lot of different topics. But yeah, I'm pretty much me, except I wore a hat. But, I mean, here I've got the headphones, but, I usually have a hat that I wear, or that I would wear in the YouTube videos. Other than the hat, everything's the same. And I found that to be a lot easier to just be me. And one of the things I want to encourage other people to do is just be them. You are more than good enough. Don't think that, oh, well, I have to have this particular thing or that particular thing. I have to play this particular way. I have to do this particular thing. If it's not you, then don't do it. Just be you. Play the game your way. And that's the game of life. Play your life your way, on your terms. Because otherwise, you're not being real. And it's hard to maintain not being real. And you should be real, because you're the only you we've got. You should share who you are with everybody, because maybe who you are is the one thing that somebody else has been missing. They've been missing somebody who plays the game of your particular way. They've been missing somebody who chats in your particular way, or is silly in your particular way, or is artistic in your particular way. I mean, I know that Sheila Marcel, she does this thing called diamond painting, which is so pretty and it's so sparkly, and you really need to check it out. And she's herself. And so if somebody is looking for a particular type of art and wants to figure out how to do it, they can go onto an art channel that has something they're interested in and go, oh, wow, yeah, I can learn that. But if we're not being ourselves, if we're trying to be someone we're not, that comes across, and it affects how everything is perceived. So just be you. There's a saying, you got to be yourself because everybody else is taken. I have to be me because everybody else is taken, or being everybody else is taken. And besides, I'm the only one who can be me, at least as good as I am. So, you can look at people who you would like to be like. You would look at streamers. I mean, I watch like some of the gaming streamers, and it's like, man, I'm amazed at how seamlessly they can like play the game and notice chat and be able to move seamlessly between the two. And that's still something I struggle with. I mean, I play games on Saturdays, and it's like, it really kind of, stresses me out a little bit. It's like, okay, I get locked into the game, and then it's like, oh my God, I didn't notice those last few chat statements. So being able to keep an eye on that, keep an eye on all the things that you need to keep an eye on, and watching streamers who do it like so amazingly smooth. And it's like, wow, I want to emulate that. So I watch how they do it. I have the thought, I want to be seamless between gaming and keeping an eye on everything else. But, if that thought stays in my head and I never do anything with it, then, I'm never going to improve. Once you have the thought, do something with it. And if you don't have anybody encouraging you to do something with it, come here or go to any of these other streamers, because they will encourage you to follow your dream, to follow your heart, to figure out how to make something happen and then make it happen. Well, that happens to me sometimes. I'm joking with the boys or the gals, and my mind doesn't focus too much on the chat. But I do watch the chat, and I do try to pay attention to my viewers. But that wouldn't be me if I wasn't joking around. Exactly. Having a good time with the people that are in my chat, like a healer and a big dog and the rest of the gang. Yeah, absolutely. You know, when you know, you can make a few people chuckle and, you know, pass along a few grins. I mean, even if it's at your own expense. Yeah, you do something silly like eat a fistful of beans. But it's that, you know, going back and forth. And I've seen you, Speedy Pig. You do an amazing job of connecting both with the game and with the chat and still making it very entertaining. So, you know, you are kudos. You know, I work to get to your level one day. And, you know, because usually most of what I do is talking and sharing and, you know, and being able to pay attention to what's going on. And it's almost like out of the corner of my eye, it's more like I look for motion in the chat stream. It's like, oh, wait a minute, something moved. Wow, okay, I need to look over. But I mean, I get into a game and I'm like, you know, especially if it's frustrating me, then, you know, and it's like, then I kind of forget. And, you know, it's like, well, okay, as long as I'm talking, but I still need to engage. And it's always about learning new skills. It's always about, you know, raising that gradient, because the more you raise that gradient, that means you're moving uphill and you're getting to where you want to be. But if you just stay right where you are, you know, you're not going to get that height. You're not going to get that, you know, that altitude, that elevation. And, you know, if you want to start, you know, start your stream here and leave it exactly here, then that's fine. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. There are people who stream who, honestly, it's like, well, you know, if somebody watches, if nobody watches, I'm just having fun playing this game. I'm not really interested in affiliate. I'm not interested in partnership. I'm just having fun playing the game. I play it when I feel like it. And that is awesome. Those are some very cool streams to watch, because it's someone with no attachment to, you know, okay, well, I got to pay attention to the analytics and I got to, you know, all of this other stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, because it all depends on what you want your outcome to be. If you want your outcome to be that you're just going to have fun and just for kicks and giggles and, you know, just hang out, great. Then that's what you work towards. And if it is, nope, I want this to, you know, I'm coming at this from, you know, that idea that, yes, I enjoy it. And at the same time, I would really like to see this do well, you know, and abundance come into my life as a result of it. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, now we gotta do this. And so these are both, you know, I mean, the paths diverge, but there's still some basic similarities in both, because you have to be able to love what you do. And you have to be yourself, because that's the easiest. I mean, you don't have to be yourself, but it's a whole lot easier than trying to maintain a persona that isn't natural for you. So, you know, embrace the thought and then take the thought to the next step. And maybe it's going on to a stream and watching somebody who is really good at something and seeing how they do it. And go, wow, you know, I really like, you know, the games that they choose, or I really like the, you know, the type of, you know, conversations that they have. I mean, for some, it's more of just speaking. Others, it's like they're really heavily engaged in the chat. You live any long? Oh, so long. Oh, bye, Mixel. You have a great day. Hang out anytime. Everybody, you know, click on that name. Make sure you give Mixel a follow, who's amazing. You know, he's an amazing German streamer that even if you don't speak German, you will still enjoy the stream, because you will love the excitement and the passion and the joy that is there, present in the stream, whether you understand the words or not. So long. Yeah, I think we're going, well, actually, I think we're probably going to call it a day. I mean, at first, I was only streaming for 1 hour. And now I'm going like, you know, I'm kind of moving up into 2 hours, which, you know, I really didn't think I would do that. But, you know, when folks come in and, you know, and the chat is just so cool and, you know, we're enjoying it, You know, I kind of feel bad. I don't want to cut it off, because I mean, I'm enjoying it probably more than most of you folks. Well, except when I eat these. But so we'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then keep in mind, Saturday is Survival Saturday. So I will be playing a game. Either we'll go back into Don't Starve Hamlet, or maybe we will try something else. Maybe you know, because I've been looking at like some different games that are like on Steam, and you know, some of the like the smaller demo games, and it's like, well, maybe I'll pick a demo game or something to do, something new. I'll try to be there tomorrow, but I have to unfortunately do lights things, which is very important because I have to take care of my uncle. Absolutely, you do that. You could always catch up with me later. You know, you do what you need to do. We love to hear you talk, lol. Oh, thank you, Ozda Freak. And once again, somebody clipped me eating like 5 bean boozled beans, and I got all 5 were like the worst options. So that's kind of funny. I'll probably be posting that at some point. But thank you. And hey, click on Ozda Freak, because I just love the commentary, the fun. So we are going to, let's see who we can give a raid to. Let's see who we can raid. Let's see, who do we have? And we usually have, like, I usually like to check to see if I've got any Nameless family who are streaming. And because Nameless family is a wonderful, really sweet community. Ooh, Bloodshot. I don't think I haven't rated Bloodshot in a really long time. Bloodshot 526. Yep, who is streaming Ark Survival Evolved. So you know what? We're gonna go and we're gonna give Bloodshot a raid, because it's always so fun to, you know, have somebody go, oh my gosh, you know, we've got folks coming in. 526. So if you can come along on the raid, that would be awesome. So just go down to, in the lower left hand corner of where the display is, and let me do this. Go down in the lower left corner where their little logo is, and right underneath it, it says live. Click on that and it'll say return to stream, because that way they get credit for the, oh, and Ozda Freak. Okay, redeemed for the giveaway. Let me write that down. Okay. So that our next giveaway will be in October. Freak. What? Okay. Take care, Doc. Catch you next time. Catch you too. And hey, take it easy on that knee. Ice is your friend. Yes, Ozda Freak. So we're going to go over. So make sure that you click down at the bottom and then, you know, click back into the stream. And that way, Bloodshot will be able to get the credits for this. And if you can come along, great. If you've got to go along with your day, I hope that you remember that you're amazing. I hope you remember how awesome you are. And whether you're going with us or not, I still hope that everybody remembers that they're amazing. Remember that you're special. Remember that you matter. And most of all, please, please, please remember that you are the only you in the universe. The only you that's ever been, and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because as the only you in all of the universe wouldn't be the same or complete without you. So, we're going to go do this, and if you're going along with your day, then I hope that it's a wonderful one. And as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. So, have a good day. Learn something new. I'm proud of you. And I love you. All right, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.